Hi friends, I'm Dave Barklow, pastor at Fort Walton Beach First United Methodist Church. Welcome to the Pastor's Study, our daily devotional to focus our minds on the things of God. My name is Dave Barklow. I'm the pastor here at Fort Walton Beach First United Methodist Church, and we are sharing some of Jesus's parables and thinking what they might mean for us today. We're also using Dr. Ellsworth Callis's book, Parables from the Backside, and greatly appreciate Dr. Callis's insight. Today we're going to be looking at what is often referred to as the parable of the talents. Let me read for you. This is Matthew 25, 14 through 30. For it is as if a man going on a journey summoned his slaves and entrusted his property to them. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, to another 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. The one who had received the 5 talents went off at once and traded with them, and made 5 more talents. In the same way, the one who had the 2 talents made 2 more talents. But the one who had received the 1 talent went off and dug a hole in the ground and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of those slaves came and settled accounts with them. Then the one who had received the 5 talents came forward, bringing 5 more talents, saying, Master, you handed over to me 5 talents. See, I have made 5 more talents. His master said to him, Well done, good and trustworthy slave. You have been trustworthy in a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Enter into the joy of your master. And the one with 2 talents also came forward, saying, Master, you handed over to me 2 talents. See, I have made 2 more talents. His master said to him, Well done, good and trustworthy slave. You have been trustworthy in a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Enter into the joy of your master. Then the one who had received the 1 talent also came forward, saying, Master, I knew that you are a harsh man, reaping where you did not sow and gathering where you did not scatter seed. So I was afraid and went and hid your talent in the ground. Here, have what is yours. But his master replied, You wicked and lazy slave, you knew, did you, that I reap where I did not sow and gather where I did not scatter? Then you ought to have invested my money with bankers, and on my return I would have received what was mine with interest. So take the talent from him and give it to the one with 10 talents. For to those who have, more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But from those who have nothing, not even what they have will be taken away. As for this worthless slave, throw him out into outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. I don't know about you, but I kind of feel bad for this third servant. This third servant who, he didn't lose his master's money, did he? He at least had something to give back to his master. He didn't invest it, but if he invested it, what if he'd lost it? He played it safe. He just didn't use what he'd been given, but he didn't lose it either, right? Well, actually, I guess that's not right. That's what Dr. Callis actually points out in his book, is that he did lose it. He lost it because it was taken away from him and given to the one who had much. I don't think that this is a parable about the right way to use money. And the word talent kind of gets messed up. Sometimes people think this is about talents, our abilities, not about investment and money. But the word talent is a sum of money in the Old Testament. But I do like what Dr. Callis brings out and says about this scripture. He says, even though I feel sorry for this 1 talent man, he is the villain of the parable, not because he only had 1 talent, but because he wouldn't use what he had. Jesus is telling us that although life may be tough and may seem unfair, God is fair. We don't have the same number or quality of talents, but we will be judged only by what we do with what we have. In other words, Jesus here is telling us to make the most of what God gives us. Don't bury it. Don't pretend like we don't have it, but rather realize that every day, every ability, yes, every dollar that we have is given to us by God, and God has given it to us so that we can invest it in God's kingdom and God's work in the world. Friend, how are you using your talent today? The thing that God has given you. Are you using it to spread the word of Jesus Christ? Are you using it to help others? Are you investing in the long-term return of God's kingdom? I think that's what Jesus is saying here in this parable to us today. And I pray we all use what God has given us to the fullest this week. Remember, friends, I love you. Take care of yourselves and shine the light of Christ.